What's up, family? This is Ghetto News reporter Miriam Dash 20 Miriam Lee. Today is Sinful Sunday, August the 30th, 2020, in my city, Chicago. It is a sunny day outside, as you can see. The sun is definitely shining on me. Okay, I read the Daily Bread today. This is a real serious, sensitive subject for me anyway. And for anybody else who has been harassed by the police, beaten, abused, taken advantage of, or left for dead for the rest of the vultures to swoop down on, this here video is for you. I read the Daily Bread, and it's talk about self-checking. Self-checking. And the Bible scripture is Lamentations chapter 3. A lot of people, especially the police, don't like doing paperwork. So, they do a lot of shooting now and accusing and treating like shit. Now, I was always the target due to the fact that, at the age of 6, I decided that I got tired of getting my ass whooped by my so-called, I don't know if they were my family or, a foster family or whatever the case was. Whoever was taking care of me was not doing so properly. And at the age of 6, I got tired of being sick and tired, kind of like Fannie Lou Hamer, And, I told my caseworker, that I was being taken advantage of and abused, and they was trying to kill me. I got scars on me to this day. I know came from abuse, like on my arm right here. It looked like somebody, try to cut me to eat me. Because, motherfuckers be hungry. Let's see if you can see it. But it's right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I have a few scars on me that I don't know where they came from. And, I said that to say this. I've tried to be independent all my life because I was deprived of an education due to the fact they wanted me to be ignorant doing this video that I'm about to embark on telling you. And basically, I'm going to call it police harassment. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk, because that's what it is. And when I spoke up for myself at the age of 6 and they put me in the Sun-Times newspaper, as a child abuse victim, I guess they probably thought that would be it, or they put me in there for people to keep an eye on me so they could exploit me the rest of my life. I'm 53 years old now, and that's exactly what I've been all my life, exploited and taken advantage of. Foster home after foster home after foster home, and nobody came in my life if they weren't getting something out of me or they was trying to figure something out about me. Now, I'm self-employed, at least I was, you understand what I'm saying, ever since I was a brownie in the Girl Scouts, and that was around the age of 9. You understand what I'm saying? 8 or 9. But at the age of 6, I didn't know the difference between an apple and orange. But I really became an entrepreneur because I'm the originator of rap ever since 1975 at the age of 8. Now, I know that might all sound like hogwash to you, and I don't have time to explain. If you're a ML-MACK, you know by now who I am. If not, try and figure it out. I'll give you some clues, though, with this video of what I am not. And I am not a criminal, and I'm not crazy, nor am I deranged or delusional like they would like for me to believe and for you to believe. They even said the same about Jesus in Mark chapter 3, I believe, verse 20. They said, that Jesus was crazy. Well, at least I'm not a lunatic. It's a difference. So I basically want to talk about, police harassment or misconduct, if that's what you want to call it, for, all you sensitive people out there. Now, I gave my true story to Oprah, my child abuse rap in 1984. To just run through this real fast again. At the age of 17, I let my youngest niece, who was about 12 at the time, Deion Nelson, aka DD, hear my child abuse rap. And, I kept working, trying to be a productive member of society of my city, Chicago. Time went on, and I gave it to Oprah again in 1995 because, she gave me a letter to say she would get back to me. She never did. She did give me a letter, though. I don't have it because a lot of movement and everything And, everything I get that's evidence disappeared because of the police, because it's all about the police, right? Organized crime. Um, so in 1995, I was feeling some kind of way, and I went and lived with my ex-girlfriend, the Italian stallion, Donna Marie Evans, and her son, whom I met between 1984, 1995 that I'm speaking of right now. And as a result, I gave Oprah my story again, but this time I put it on 3 cassette tapes, and I wrote her a letter, and of course she exploited me because at that time she was running out of ideas, and I gave her a breath of fresh air. And as a result, I ended up going to the psych ward because they railroaded me, and I wasn't drinking, drugging, or smoking, or fornicating. Like right now, I'm not drinking, drugging, smoking, or fornicating. So, it seems like around those times, that's when all hell break loose for me or whatever. So as a result of Oprah exploiting me, I may have had what you call temporary insanity due to the pressure I was under and the games people was playing on me, and I did not know at the time how it worked like I do now, you know, but not to the point where I had to be drugged, and for 3 days I was out of it, and I woke up with my face in a plate of spaghetti. Now, mind you, the only meal that my ex-girlfriend, the Italian stallion, who is a banker and a real estate agent, and who exploited me at the age of, 18, all the way up to about in my 20s or whatever. Oh, all the way up to 1995. Let's put it like that. And I was 28 at the time in 1995. The only meal she cooked me was some spaghetti. So when I woke up with my face in a plate of spaghetti, that was not a coincidence at John Madden Psych Ward or whatever in 1995. You understand what I'm saying? After the police came because her son and my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans, had the nerve to conjure up some stuff to try to get my rap legacy and the fact that I write, and I'm a very, very good writer. I won't say I'm the best, but I make you think, that's for sure. And I made them think, and they heard me, and they saw my potentials in writings and heard my voice and knew that I was somebody to, compete with, if that's what we calling this. I say no competition. So I ended up getting up out of there, and I ended up going to, a recovery home. So in 1996, I went to Safe Haven up north or whatever and stuff. It was just an apartment building that they made into, a recovery home, and they got my Social Security. They was getting about $400 out of me, and I wasn't getting much. And Donna Marie Evans was still in the rest and shit. I told you she's a banker and a real estate agent, right? So it's all about the money. And, I didn't care. I was in sobrieties. I was in, getting my life together, put it like that, after going through hell. Long story short, I took AA seriously in 1997. My sobriety day is Christmas of 1997. And this day is August the 30th, 2020. So with that said, all hell started breaking loose for me. It seemed like after 10 years of sobriety, because people always say, where do you want to be in 10 years? Most people say alive because they know how the game go. And the people that ask the question is trying to exploit you within them 10 years. So from 1996 to 2006, my life was halfway decent. By this time, I'm at a place called Clark Mall on Clark and Greenleaf up north in my city, Chicago. Now, I had my own business. I caught hell up in there. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was the only colored person left up in there or whatever, and the mall was about to close, and I felt like I needed to get up in there and represent my people or whatever, or people of independence. You understand what I'm saying? And as a result, when I first got there, I had a big spot. They was jealous. They wanted something for nothing. I didn't complain. I did what I had to do, and they put me in a smaller spot, right down the way from a Hispanic guy who sold music. I sell music, so that was the problem. They say, well, you can't be in the big spot because you sell music, and the guy down the hall sell English music, so we're going to put you someplace else where a guy sells Spanish music. Once I start selling English music, guess what happened? The Spanish guy started selling English music and movies. So that was cutting into my money, and I had to pay rent at the mall and at, the place where I was staying at. Okay, now with that said, I didn't complain. I ended up staying there 2 years, you know. As a result, within the time I was there, this guy, African guy, had me arrested because he said I sold him a game that did not work. But I showed him that it worked, and I signed my name off of it on the receipt, and he signed off saying it worked. So I thought that was it until he came back and he started complaining. The police came and arrested me. Now, in 1995, I told him that my signature was going to be worth more than Michael Jordan. So, you see why I got arrested, right? So lucky for me, I had a worker at the time. You understand what I'm saying? And, she handled the business. And I don't say she was my friend, but, I was able to go back to the shop or whatever and leave on a good note or whatever and stuff. So run through this. I went to the flea market in Absent, 4350 West 129th Street. I used to work there on the weekends and stuff in Absent. And I was the only one in the back. I built it up. You understand what I'm saying? Next thing you know, my so-called family, Linda Nelson and her kids and her husband, Frank Nelson, who worked for AT&T, they all got good jobs. And this was just like something to keep the bills paid and stuff for me. And I'm all the way in the back. I built it up and stuff. And here they come selling the same thing I was selling. I thought that was a slap in the face. You understand what I'm saying? As a result, I was set up again on September the 9th, 2007. This is how they build a case against a person who hasn't done nothing but the right thing. So they took me to the police station, and the police had the nerve to say, because I had so many, harassments by the police for selling general merchandise and not drugs, the police had the nerve to say, you don't like the police? I said, no, the police don't like me. You understand what I'm saying? So I ended up going to Bridgeview, the court. And as I was going to court, I was giving them my website, my business card. You understand what I'm saying? That I had put up around that time in 2007. And I was giving them my business card, so they knew my whole story and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? My book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors Plus One Song, was on my website, www.mary-mac.biz. That is no longer up because of the police. And because it's not no longer up, I'm still being harassed. So I got harassed again, May 31st, 2008. You understand what I'm saying? They said they pulled me over for tinted windows. They upgraded it to disarming a police officer, something I did not do. Okay, I went to prison, jail, all that, and I lost everything I worked my ass off for. But I held on to my sobriety, and because I was holding on to my sobriety, they was coming after that. So they railroaded me again on Mother's Day, May 8th of 2016. This time they took my sobriety, put me on the Cook County Jail psych ward, said I was crazy. I'm not, but they wanted to take my sobriety. They did for 6 months, but I did not go to drinking and drugging afterwards. I'm still sober in my book. My sobriety date is still on Christmas, the 25th of 1997. So, they've been harassing me ever since. Now, on Mother's Day, May 8th, I told them, my name is Mary Lee Davis, because they wrote Mary Davis. That's all it took for them to put me on the floor in the jailhouse or police station on Mother's Day. That's all it took for me to say, my name is Mary Davis. Mary Lee Davis, my fault, because they wrote Mary Davis. But on the original 2006 report, they got Mary Lee Davis, when the harassment first started. Running through, because this is it. They harassed me again in 2018. They harassed me again, 2020, they tried to arrest me. You understand what I'm saying? Now they're coming after my Social Security, and I'm looking forward to the answer on that. They're harassing me about some census report. They're harassing me about that. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'll get back to you probably in the future, but that's how you get set up by the police when you're a person of interest. And with that, stop harassing me. Oh yeah, Oprah's birthday is on January the 29th, the flea market where I first got harassed at in 2007. Go figure. And my ex-girlfriend, LaWanda Joy Jacobs, birthday is on my ex-friend, Dwayne Lewis' birthday. Well, her birthday ain't, but gotta go.